The goal is to build a large triangle-based pyramid out of these 5 smaller triangle-based pyramids and this centerpiece, as you can see here. I will now demonstrate to you clause 1.1. How does this puzzle promote the successful completion by a blind person? First of all, a big advantage that the blind person has over the sighted person is that all of these pieces are weighted on the bottom. A blind person, by picking up these pieces, will notice that very quickly, but a sighted person may not notice that quite as quickly. This is a large advantage for the blind person because it means that there are only 3 possible orientations for each of these triangle-based pyramids. This orientation, this orientation, or this orientation.
Moving on to these smaller triangle-based pyramids, the blind person will quickly notice that there is an invisible tape side here and a notch here, as you can see. Difficult to see, but is easy to feel. Since the correct vertical orientation has already been fixed, this piece can only go in one place, which is here, lining up with this tape side and the notch here, which again is difficult to see, but very easy to feel. Moving on to the next piece. Again, there's the tape, and this side has been roughened up by a file. Keeping the correct vertical orientation, this piece can only go here, matching up with this tape side here, and again, this face here, which has been roughened up by a file. Moving on to the third triangular-based pyramid, we can see that this side here has been roughened up by a file, and there's a small notch on this side here. Keeping the correct vertical orientation, this side can only go here, which matches up with this edge, which has been roughened up, and this edge, which has a small notch, which again is hard to see, but is very easy for a blind person to feel. These 2 final pieces are actually identical in the way that they feel. They both have this invisible tape side, this notch, and this roughened up side. That's because these 2 pieces make up the 2 different unique solutions of the puzzle and are interchangeable. I'll show you these 2 solutions now. First of all, this piece can go in here, which matches up with this tape and this tape. And then this piece, matching up this rough side and the side with this notch, and the tape with the tape, notch, and rough side, can go here. This makes the first unique solution of the puzzle. The second unique solution simply involves interchanging these 2 pieces.
I will now demonstrate clause 1.2. How does this puzzle prevent the successful completion by a fully sighted person? It uses 2 distraction techniques, and both of these are visual techniques. The first one is using colour. A fully sighted person will immediately pick up that there are 4 distinct colours and 4 faces of the completed puzzle, which means they will try to build the pyramid keeping all the colours on one side, similar to a Rubik's Cube. The second distraction technique is using these black lines. They will try to not only match up the colours, but will try to match up these black lines, as you can see here. This leads to an incorrect solution of the puzzle and will not reveal any information. As previously demonstrated, this puzzle is 100% manually operated, which satisfies clause 2.1, and there are 2 unique solutions, which satisfies clause 2.3. Clause 2.2 is satisfied in that there is an informative experience in the successful completion of this puzzle. You can see here that on successful completion, only one side has all 4 triangles showing a number. This side only has 3. This side only has 2 numbers. By reading top to bottom and left to right, we can see 0, 1, 8, and 2. By organising these numbers 0, 1, 8, and 2, we reveal the first hidden message, F equals MA. By interchanging the top 2 pieces to form the second unique solution, we have another message. As you can see, these 2 sides do not have all 4 numbers, but this side here shows 7, 9, 3, 5, By organising these cards, 7, 9, 3, and 5, we get the solution E equals mc squared. These numbers can be read in Braille and located by Braille, and then the message again is read in Braille. Clause 3.1 is satisfied in that there are more than 4 individual pieces. Clause 3.2 is satisfied in that it does not rely on Braille to complete the puzzle. Braille is only used once the puzzle has already been completed. Clause 3.3 is satisfied in that there are no restrictions on the use of colours, textures, shapes, sounds, or materials. Many of these techniques have been used in this puzzle. And clause 3.4 is satisfied in that the size is clearly restricted to 200mm by 200mm.